Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited for today's podcast episode. I really wish that someone would have told me this maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, this concept that I'm going to be explaining today. And I think it would give all of us just so much more compassion, and we could lean in with so much more healing than resentment and anxiety, bitterness, hatred, you name it, stubbornness, self-abuse, panic, right? Frustration, overwhelm, you name whatever emotion is going to apply when you think about this. But we know that our limiting beliefs hold us back from achieving the life that we desire. And that's not what I wish I knew a long time ago. But our limiting beliefs were created to protect us. And I'm going to let that sink in. And I'm going to repeat it again. Our limiting beliefs were created to protect us. And when we think about our limiting beliefs through the lens of protection, it makes me have so much compassion for my inner child, my inner teen, my young adult, early adulthood, college years, because my brain knew how to protect me in a way where my hopes didn't get let up, my energy. Anyways, your limiting beliefs are there to protect you. And I'm going to explain why and how we can use the lens of compassion on your journey of healing and releasing your limiting beliefs. So let's say, for example, present day, you are growing and scaling your social media. You want to be on YouTube, you want to be on Instagram, TikTok, you're wanting your videos to pop off, you are wanting to be seen. You are wanting to be heard, and you're wanting to be paid for your creativity and you being a creator. And now float back to maybe where that limiting belief was installed. It's not safe to be seen. It's not safe to shine. It's not safe to be heard. So you have to ask yourself, why would that limiting belief protect you? Well, maybe you are the oldest child, and maybe there's a baby brother or baby sister born after you, and you wanted your needs to be met. Maybe you had created a cute little show and you were like ready to sing and dance and show all the hard work you've done for your family to see this beautiful dance routine or song that you made up or you wrote, and you are getting ready to perform this song or this dance or just be super silly in front of your family. And maybe the baby brother, baby sister needs attention. Maybe they're too young to take care of themselves. And so your parents say, not now, it's not about you. Or your parents say, go away, I'm taking care of your sibling. Go play over there. Go talk to someone else. I can't handle this. Can't you see I'm overwhelmed? Go away. So instead of your inner child having, right, because our brain is not quite developed. So instead of your brain saying, wow, mom is really overwhelmed, it's not about me. Or dad hasn't slept in a week because of the baby. Or their work is really stressful and it's interfering with their ability to be a present parent. Right? A 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 10-year-old doesn't have the brain capability to dissect what is happening through the lens of it's not about me. So how does the child keep them safe? They go to an internal locus of control. It must be my problem. I must be the bad one. I must be truly annoying, the rock in a shoe. Okay, how can I protect myself from that heartbreak again? All right, well, I will install a limiting belief that it's not safe to be seen, because when I try to be seen, I get pushed away, I get shoved out, and I'm told I'm too much. Now fast forward to school, and maybe you were super chatty and you're like, I have dreams of running a podcast. I have a message. I have a vision that I want to share. I'm ready for my voice to be heard. I'm ready for my podcast to be a top 100 or even top 1,000 or just to get a download. And then all of a sudden you remember that memory in elementary, junior high, or high school where your teacher told your parents, she talks too much. She's too chatty. She's not focused. She doesn't have drive or ambition to be, XYZ. So again, instead of saying classroom is not a healthy environment for a creative content creator, it's not really an environment that really allows you to thrive and use your intuition. Instead of saying that, we say, oh, I must be the problem. So then a new limiting belief is created that it's not safe to use my voice because I'll get in trouble. It's not safe to share my perspective because I'll be told I talk too much. I'm too chatty. I'm too outgoing. Again, another limiting belief is added to. So now let's talk about money. And the limiting beliefs around money are definitely there to protect you. So I think I've shared this story before, but if not, we're going to share it again. When my parents, like coworkers, ended up becoming friends, they had young kids and we were maybe like 12 years older than their kids. So we would babysit their kids, my sister and I would. And they would pay us $20 an hour. And this was probably in the early 2000s. So that would be, like a lot of money. I think I got paid like $60. It was like 3 hours. And my parents, when they picked us up, they asked me, how much did they pay me? And I was like, oh, they paid me $60. And my parents said, oh, that's too much. Go give them money back. And right, as a 15-year-old, 12-year-old, I don't quite know the age, I didn't have the brain, right? My prefrontal cortex isn't really developed till 25, 26, 24. So I don't have the, critical thinking to say, oh, my parents are afraid this will hurt the relationship with their friend/coworker. They don't want them to think that my child is taking advantage of them. Instead of my brain thinking that, my brain must have said, oh, I must not be worthy. I must have not done a good job in the eyes of my parents to receive that much money. Oh, that must not be safe to receive that much money, because if my parents are telling me it's too much money, oh, they must know something that I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to reject that money. And then instead of saying again, that was my own parents' issues, the people gave me the money, celebrate, I internalized it and created a limiting belief. It's not safe to get paid more than what other people think because something bad will happen. I'll get in trouble. I'm told I'm greedy. I'm told I'm selfish. All of the ways that I'm telling myself a limiting belief is created to keep me safe. So that when I go and babysit again and my parents have me do that same thing, oh, they gave you too much money, instead of feeling hurt by it, my brain's like, we knew this would happen. Why are we surprised? Oh, we're not. Okay, so then it desensitizes it so it feels less painful. So as you're doing this journey, you're doing this work and you're uncovering and you're discovering your limiting beliefs, instead of showing up with that animosity, that stress, that anxiety, that, oh my goodness, another one. Oh my goodness, another one. I thought I cleared all of those limiting beliefs, but they keep showing up. Instead of showing up with that stress and anxiety, I challenge you to place your hand on your heart and say, thank you, body, for protecting me when this limiting belief was created. Thank you, body, for keeping me safe when that limiting belief showed up, because these limiting beliefs were there as a form of like a shield, right? If we shield her heart with all of these limiting beliefs, then it won't hurt as much when it actually happens. But now we fast forward and you have these huge goals, you have these huge dreams, and you're like, why am I not achieving them? It's because these limiting beliefs have basically created a wall around your heart. And this wall around your heart is not allowing your magnetic, amazing energy to vibrate at the frequency you know that you are worthy and deserving of vibrating at, because the limiting beliefs are blocking your heart from tapping into your true zone of genius. And that is why we can do so much healing. And I love EFT tapping. EFT tapping is one of the most amazing ways to heal those limiting beliefs, getting at the root, giving that compassion, because the EFT tapping allows us to regulate while we release. So instead of, beating ourselves up, pounding our head against the wall, we're actually giving ourselves that nervous system regulation while we're addressing it and releasing it. And it can become one of the most beautiful experiences, one of the beautiful gifts, because the first round of EFT tapping is we validate. Even though I'm feeling stressed about my finances, I deeply and completely love and honor myself. Even though I haven't had the content success I'm striving for, I love and accept myself. Even though I haven't achieved XYZ, I love and honor myself. And we get to validate those experiences. And when we think about the limiting beliefs protecting us, we're like, wow, the brain is so powerful. And now that we know how powerful the brain is, we can shift and step into our self-concept that's really going to help us become the magnet to the things we desire. And when we shift our self-concept from a person who has limiting beliefs to a person who is feeling motivated by our beliefs, we're able to show up in the most authentic, empowered, confident way. So the next time you're doing your limiting belief work, again, I challenge you to lean in with that compassion. Why would this limiting belief be created? Oh, it was created for protection. And now that I know it's for protection, how can I go back, right, through the power of visualization? So now you can show up as your true, authentic, empowered self who is ready to release and rewire your brain. Because those limiting beliefs served you when you were young and they no longer need to serve you anymore. So we can release and let those go so you can step into the version of you who has it all. Become a magnet to your success. How can I go back through the power of visualization and meet my needs where the limiting beliefs were created in the first place? Let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. What are your thoughts on limiting beliefs being created to protect you, kind of guide you, keep you safe when you were younger? And now that we know we have the power to release and heal these limiting beliefs, what can we do to feel empowered as we are working through these limiting beliefs so we can show up as our true, authentic self that becomes a magnet to our goals and our dreams? Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode, and I will catch you guys next week.